Acknowledgement. I'm going to be a little vulnerable today. I'm going to share what acknowledgement I have made in areas that I wouldn't be considered comfortable in. Like, for example, I had a very dear friend in high school that we had a lot of very deep conversations, and he was always trying to throw me off balance. And so one time my family went to visit his family, and he said, "Paul, let me take you out to lunch." So he took me out to lunch to an adult men's club where all the waitresses were basically about 75% nude, and they would come and take lunch orders and stand and talk with us, which was fairly uncomfortable for me. It wasn't the kind of place where I went or searched out, and I had a very difficult time eating. But having the conversation with this woman that was serving us, it just totally shifted my view on, or my, what would you call it, judgments on people that did pole dancing and things like that, or I should say ladies that did that for men. But after having that conversation with her for probably 45 minutes as she served us, it took me 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days to process everything that had gone through my mind. And what I realized is this was a very beautiful person, and everyone has a place in the world, and her joy was in taking care of men who felt very little love and connection in their life. And so, I just saw such a beautiful person there, and it wasn't skin deep beauty, it was very deep beauty. And I had another experience when I went to UC Berkeley and studied. There was a newspaper where a woman explained how she left her home and went to a house of prostitution and took care of very desperate men that didn't have anyone that loved them. And again, after a lot of processing, I realized just how beautiful that she was to take that on, to serve people that had no love in their life. And I just saw this whole beautiful part of humanity where every person has a place where they serve a role. Whatever their mess in their life was that brought them to this point, they became a very beautiful and serving person for humanity, because humanity does lack in connection and love often, mostly when we have our own blockages to it. So I honor myself for acknowledging these people who probably don't receive a lot of acknowledgement, but it's a way of identifying the beauty in another person that is rarely ever acknowledged. And so I acknowledge these people who might be considered destitute or sick or not of value to society, but I honor them because they truly do serve a purpose. So acknowledgement, honoring that beauty in another person, everyone has it, no matter what their job or role is in life. Acknowledgement. Thank you.